special video. Instead of our usual Walt Disney World, we have flown halfway around the world, kind of, to Disneyland. It's a little rainy today, but that is okay. The park is decorated for Valentine's Day.
So cute. There's hearts on everything.
The really cool thing to us about Disneyland is that Walt was actually here, unlike Disney World. And when Walt would stay in the park, there was an apartment above the firehouse for him. And when he was here, they would keep a lamp on so employees would act their best. And the apartment's still there, and the lamp is always on. So there are tours you can take to see the apartment, but
they are very expensive.
So the park literally just opened now, and there's a lot to explore. We're way too excited to just stand here. We're gonna go try to get into some trouble. I'm sure there will be tons of comparisons between the two parks, because that's what people always ask us anyway.
Which one's better?
Neither one's better than the other. They are so different from each other.
It's so cute.
Magic bands aren't a thing. Everything is done in the app or with actual real paper fast passes. And you can't fast pass everything.
You can't book before you come. You have to do it day of in the park once the park opens and you're inside.
We've booked 3 already, and we can keep booking all day when you can only book 3 at a time in Disney World. I'm still trying to figure it out, honestly, so I don't know all of the details. Unfortunately, the castle is under refurbishment right now, so it's not much to look at.
Poor castle.
But that doesn't make this any less amazing.
I'm so excited.
It is pretty drizzly, but every time we look for shelter, we find cool things. So there are all sorts of neat little details tucked around. Little fantasy fair over here. Even a Hunchback music box. One of the most underappreciated Disney movies. There's one ride down. Snow White is terrifying.
There's nothing cute about it.
Don't ride it with children.
The witch is like this far from your face.
And she pops out of nowhere. It's not good. We're gonna go get some breakfast. The cinnamon rolls at Jolly Holiday. Highly recommend. We had them last time we were here, and we have to go back for them now. Look at this beautifulness. Is that magical or what? We just saw a show that we do not have. One of the originals from 1964, I believe. Moments with Mr. Lincoln.
When he sits down, his hand is doing this on the armrest of the chair. So even when he's being still, he's not being still like a live person.
He looked at his script like he forgot his line. So there are quite a few little differences between our park. Main Street in Disneyland is kind of like one of those Christmas villages you put on your mantle. It's so small and petite compared to Disney World's. There are these cool fortune teller things too on Main Street, so we're going to see what Esmeralda has to say.
Day-friendly critters could be a high point of your day. They could show you their homes or invite you to come and play with them. It only cost me a quarter.
We are on our way to Adventureland to go ride the Indiana Jones adventure, which we also do not have. We have made a detour at the Enchanted Tiki Room. This was closed last time we were here, so we haven't been able to see Disneyland's version of the show. And just around the corner, there is the new Tropical Hideaway restaurant where you can get your Dole Whips.
And watch the Jungle Cruise go by.
And see Rosita, who has been missing from the Tiki Room since 1960 whatever. We have witnessed the Enchanted Tiki Room.
It's so good.
We actually prefer their Tiki Room 2 hours now. The show's just a little bit longer.
And the birds are so much closer, which makes them feel more real, so it's like you almost think you could touch them.
Another fun fact that we stole from a video we watched on the internet, there is a leprechaun who lives in Adventureland. Find his house at the entrance to the Indiana Jones ride.
But you can only see it if you face the Riverbell Tavern.
It's kind of hidden there, but it is there. The queue for Indiana Jones is very long.
It's like its own attraction.
There's a lot of interactive elements, buttons to press and noises to hear. And every time they go off, you think you've done something wrong.
I just saw them.
I wasn't even looking.
There's these people, and they like guide you around the park, and you have to be really rich to have one. So every time one of them walks around, I'm like, it's probably a famous person. So I always check, but I didn't think I was gonna be right.
I'm kicking myself.
Are you okay?
We are in Tarzan's treehouse now.
The bridge is bouncing.
This was the Swiss Family Treehouse, and it still is in Florida, which I like a lot more because Tarzan was the first movie I saw in theaters. So it's got a special place in my heart. There's also a not-so-hidden Mrs. Potts and Chip. So the line for Pirates is a little rough right now, so we're probably not doing that immediately, but we're just gonna wander through New Orleans Square and check out Mardi Gras.
I love Mardi Gras. I'm from Mobile area, which is where Mardi Gras came from, and then New Orleans adopted it. Mardi Gras is like 2 weeks. 3 weeks from now. I've been pumped about Mardi Gras, but I can't go, and it's Mardi Gras here. They even have the beads up on the balconies. When they throw the beads from the floats in the parade, they throw really high to the people who live in the balconies, and it gets hooked on those and the trees, and people leave them because it's pretty and it's cool, and I'm excited.
It's not really a secret, but Walt Disney had a secret restaurant club hidden here in New Orleans Square called Club 33. It's right here. Anyone can join.
We have $1 million if you can wait 7 years.
We won't be visiting, but we got to look at the door.
It's a haunted mansion. You get to go through the front door instead of through like the weird back graveyard basement. Look at all these poor dead people. They're not real though. It's
Something else we've noticed about this park versus our park is the queue space is so skinny.
In the 50s, everyone was this big. Everything's short too. Partially, I think, to save money, and also partially because everybody topped out like 5'3".
It's fine for me.
Lucky.
Another fact for you, if the wait time for the Haunted Mansion says 13 minutes, that means there is no wait. You can pretty much just walk right on. As far as comparisons go, I do like our Haunted Mansion a lot more. There's a little more to it.
But their Leota was way cooler.
They have the Hatbox Ghost, and their stretching room is actually an elevator taking you underground to the ride, where ours just stretches for the sake of stretching. They've got that going for them. We are continuing our journey into Critter Country, where Splash Mountain, my favorite, is closed for refurbishment. Though to be fair, their Splash Mountain not quite as cool as ours. So we just rode Winnie the Pooh.
It's so cute.
The show building that the Winnie the Pooh ride is now in used to be the Country Bear Jamboree Theater, and they are gone. They have been replaced. There's a little bit of animosity towards Winnie the Pooh, the die-hard Disney Parks fans.
Especially because in World he replaced Mr. Toad, so everybody's mad about something.
But there are some hidden things that still remain from Country Bears. The 3 talking animal heads are hidden in this Winnie the Pooh ride. We just ate lunch at the Rose Tavern.
Very good. They have burgers, if you like burgers.
And garlic fries. I'm a very weird eater, and I'm happy with it. So. The sun is finally out, and the rain has stopped. Now it's very bright, and I can't see where we are going. The energy in Fantasyland is different here.
More intimate, I think is the right word for like the whole park, but especially Fantasyland.
The characters just wander around. There's not necessarily stations for them. There are certain character spots, but a bunch of characters just wander about.
It seems like they live here rather than they're like visiting.
We are headed toward the Matterhorn. So, the Matterhorn.
Scary, but in a good way. Not in like a Space Mountain way where you want to cry and never get on again.
It's not a ride for tall people.
My legs were like in the seatbelt with me and against my chin. I'm 5'10". That's not that tall. I was really impressed with the animatronic Yeti.
And there's more than one.
And he was close.
Yeah, you know people throw crap at him. We are headed into Toontown now, which we used to have. There's an adorable kid yelling behind us. And one of my favorite movies, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, has a ride right here. Check that, Roger Rabbit is broken. But we will come back.
We're gonna go see Mickey's house.
We just met Mickey and bonus Goofy. He was back in Mickey's house too.
You get this little scan code for your pictures, and I make it my lock screen on my phone, so every time I just click it, it just stays up. And because I did that, one of the ladies took pictures for me, and then she locked my phone and immediately had the guy scan it, so I didn't have to bother with it at all.
Just one of the few ways to get around not having the magic bands here. We have taken a Toontown spin, and now we are on our way to Small World.
Which is one of my favorites.
The original Small World, except they have added something like 28 Disney characters into the mix.
So cute.
Some people don't like it.
I think it's cute.
I love it. I think it's adorable.
And Small World and Tiki are my favorite attractions ever built, ever.
So, that was Small World. It is now very sunny, but still freezing. Maybe we just didn't dress appropriately. It is also much more crowded. Now that the storm has passed, it feels like Disney now.
A lot of having to stop in a walkway because reasons.
And apologizing even if you don't have to, just because you're socially awkward. We just rode Star Tours.
It's the same ride.
It was the exact same ride. Everything was backwards. The queue was backwards, the exit was backwards. That was a little strange.
We even got the same combination of scenes that we always do.
There's like a combination of 68 possible sequences or something you can get.
Nice, it's so cool.
I feel fine.
It's 50 degrees.
I could do without the code, honestly. We're just gonna jump around the park a little bit.
They have Mickey-shaped beignets, you guys.
Apparently they are very good. I have not tried one yet. I've never had a real beignet though. So what do I know? Probably heading over to Pirates next, and there's a few little things we want to hit before our day is over. But I feel like we've covered really good ground so far. And I'm not too tired yet, so hopefully we can see it all. We just rode Pirates of the Caribbean. It took us all day, but we finally did it. Yet again, Disneyland has a superior ride. Their ride is so much longer than ours.
We don't have caves.
And there's so many different scenes and characters and things in there.
This one looks like it should have been the second version of like, oh, we upgraded, we made it bigger.
We are headed to do a few more things. They close in about 2 hours. We are in line for Alice in Wonderland, and the parade is just right there.
It's multitasking.
So we just rode Pinocchio's Daring Journey. It's very cute, but it's a lot of scary too. Lots of loud sounds.
Whales.
Fish.
If you're scared of whales, you're in for it. It's really good, but the little donkeys begging to go home is really sad.
Audrey got a cookie.
I'm always eating. The food's good here.
That is all for us today, my friends. My camera's dying. That is all. Thanks for geeking out with us.
Bye.